AER Lingus, or Aer Lingus for short. This is the name given to the Irish flag carrier. And in today's video we're going to be flying Aer Lingus from London Heathrow's International Airport all the way to Cork in Ireland. And more importantly, was it worth £154 and the trade-off that entailed not flying Ryanair? But first, let me welcome you back. My name is Nilesh, the content creator for Nilsky, and Unbiased Airline Reviews is the name of the game. I'm an Aussie content creator bringing you immersive insights into the way we fly today and helping you make informed decisions about the airlines that you travel with. Subscribe if you haven't already, because it's free, easy and quick. And on that note, to Cork we go. Hello everyone and welcome to Terminal 2 of London Heathrow's International Airport. This terminal was reopened in 2014 and named the Queen's Terminal, traditionally reserved for Star Alliance carriers. And on the topic of Star Alliance, check out that Air India flight to Mumbai. That line's crazy. Aer Lingus also happens to operate out of this terminal. The history of Aer Lingus in London dates back to 1936, but the Cork to London service came a little bit later. This flight is operated by the A321neo, and while Aer Lingus has a knack for this particular aircraft family, they even deploy the A321 long range, which is definitely not what we're flying on today, but still worth mentioning. Echo India November Sierra Echo will be taking us to Cork in Ireland today, and this jet is actually a fairly new plane, coming in at 0.6 years at the time of filming this. It's part of the newer Aer Lingus fleet and definitely has a fresh appearance. The ground time for this bird is 1 hour, and the crew are not allowed to deboard in London. Instead, they must work both the outbound and the inbound. And coincidentally, parked right next to us was the Aer Lingus flight bound for Dublin, and props to Aer Lingus, boarding was called to the minute printed on our boarding pass. As we make our way to the back, the first thing you're greeted by is the purple appearance of the cabin. As a finance graduate, interior design might not be at the forefront of my expertise, but in my opinion, not only does the purple lighting give the cabin a sleek finish, but is also very easy on the eyes. Our seat this afternoon is 17 Foxtrot. Now, while this seat might be classified as the stock standard for the Aer Lingus fleet, it comes with personalized air conditioning vents, coat hooks, and USB charging ports. Headrest, however, is not adjustable, and the seat includes a pitch of 31 to 32 inches and a width of 17 inches.
Should this happen, if you're wearing a face mask or a face shield. Hot and cold drinks, sweet, savoury snacks, and a limited amount of sandwiches. They accept card or contactless payment only. They do not accept cash.
Now, as soon as we got airborne, the crew sprung into action. Aer Lingus features a buy onboard menu for these flights. The stewardess came by with the trolley and said, "What would you like to buy?" A bit presumptuous, given that there were no menus in the seats. Did they just trust their customers to look at the menu beforehand? So I asked, "Do you have a menu?" She, now visibly puzzled, said, "What do you feel like?" Just something to eat," I replied. "Chicken stuffing," she said, with a very nonchalant expression. This will do for 1 hour, I thought to myself, so I went ahead and bought it. This was €6 and a part of their something a little more section of the menu. I actually really enjoyed this chicken stuffing. It was really tasty and the bread was quite soft. The stuffing itself was also well seasoned. Now, as far as customer service went, it was relaxed, almost a little too relaxed. For instance, when you travel a narrow-body plane, you usually get a comprehensive breakdown of what to do in an emergency if you occupy one of the emergency exit row seats. However, today, the crew just rocked up and said, "Hey, you guys cool sitting by the emergency exit row seat?" I never heard a verbal acknowledgement from the passenger, but apparently whatever response they gave her was more than satisfactory because she disappeared almost as quickly. In fact, my notes for this flight refer to the crew as being quote-unquote polite and unrushed, not overly enthusiastic, but not much different to the standard level of hospitality across Europe. Now, Aer Lingus recently faced a major pilot strike over pay, leading to about 610 flight cancellations and 55 million euros in cost. The pilots demanded a 24% increase to counteract inflation and previous cuts, but the dispute ended when 85% of union members accepted a labor court recommended 17.75% increase over 4 years. Now, the airline not only faced criticism for enforcing penalties on striking pilots, but also controversially spending 2 million euros on iPhones for cabin crew amid tensions. And while flights have well and truly resumed, the financial impact on Aer Lingus and the impact on future bookings remain uncertain. Now, as we're landing soon, it's time to enjoy some scenic views into Cork, but don't go anywhere because the final outcome of my Aer Lingus flight will be available at the end of this video. And akin to that, you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more pictures and reels of what I get up to. So, where has Aer Lingus done well today? First, shiny new state-of-the-art plane that was very comfortable. Number 2, sandwich was really tasty and also quite affordable, you know, before you convert them back into Australian dollars. And finally, the in-seat features are excellent with charging ports, good recline, and above all, clean. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the value for money just doesn't add up. You don't get any frills with an Aer Lingus ticket, apart from a 10-kilo baggage allowance on the cheapest fare. And the customer service wasn't bad, it just wasn't memorable. Overall, this is the final score for today's flight. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another trip report. Bye-bye.